Purdue has landed Omer Meyer, a huge commitment, an international stud. The offseason of Matt Painter's brilliance continues right now. Meyer rocks. At the Nike Hoop Summit, he essentially played point guard for Team World and finished with 7 assists. He did not score in that game. We can touch on that a little bit more, but his passing chops were on full display. This kid is from Israel and he has played with Maccabi Tel Aviv. I believe he kind of grew up in the Maccabi Tel Aviv system, big time EuroLeague program. And he shined at the U18 European Championships with his national team, where he averaged 18.3 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game. Speaks to how well rounded his game is. The film on this kid is awesome. More on that in just a moment. Carter told me he wouldn't be here for this video, so I thought I was going to do this solo. He is basically deplete of all soul after Matt Painter has just reasserted himself to the throne in the Big Ten Conference by bringing Braden Smith back, by landing Omer Meyer, by getting Oscar Clough, and keeping everybody else happy. I know this is a tough day for you, Cart. What's your reaction to Omer Meyer signing with Purdue?
Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is Carter Elliott. Hi, Carter. Hello, everybody. Um,
Hate you.
I have been hurt by Matt Painter, and I'm afraid of Matt Painter and Purdue. I'm vulnerable. He has taken the rough year that Purdue had last season. Can talk to whoever you want about whether it was rough or not, and responded by doing something that he hasn't really typically done, and that is flash the Katie bucks, flash the big bucks, flash the humble bucks. And he secured another player. And I think that between getting Braden back, getting Oscar Clough, obviously having all the returning pieces, adding Meyer, I love what Purdue's done this offseason. They will at some point be my preseason number one. I'm not sure if it'll be this week, might be next week.
Right
But
now is when it should be. Right now, let's do it right now. I'll hold your hand through the process. Consider me your sponsor if this is like a hi, I'm Carter Elliott and Matt Painter has broken me confessional. I'm with you every step of the way. Let's do this together. They're the number one team in the country and nobody else is close.
relax.
Nobody else is
No one
close.
else is close.
No one else is close.
No one
Cart,
else is close.
no one else is close. Cart, they made a Sweet 16 last season with two All-Americans, with the Big Ten Player of the Year, with the kid that likely will set the NCAA's all-time assist record. Although I do have a question about how this ad affects that. More on that in a second. They have all of that, and the reason they weren't national title good last year is because they didn't have a studly center that could protect the rim and rebound. Enter Oscar Clough. They didn't have a secondary ball handler type that was win now ready. They were banking on youth. Enter a European killer, Omer Meyer, who's won at every level wherever he's been, is just a productive beast. And they're still after some bench depth to help round out the roster. They trimmed the fat. They got rid of the guys that didn't develop. They answered every issue they had on the roster, and they most importantly paid the stars to return and keep them happy. Not only is this roster as loaded as any in the country, it's led by the best player in the sport, in Braden Smith, with a second All American with him, with a third guy who started in the national championship game 2 years ago, has won a bunch of banners already, and now brings in two extremely vetty guys that do exactly what was missing from the roster. They're not just the best team, the most talented team, they're the best fit team. Meyer's exactly what they need in between Braden and Fletcher. Clough is exactly what they needed next to TKR. You still got Jacobson in the full. You still got Cox and Harris developing. I can't sing the praises of this enough, man. It's not even a conversation for me. They're better than Houston. They're better than Texas Tech on paper. They got to live up to it, but this ad moves them ahead.
It's fine to say. Not close is crazy.
Not close.
That's all I'll say.
Not
That
close.
that's crazy. That's
Not
crazy.
close.
I understand. That's crazy though.
It's not close.
But
Milos
back,
Uzan's out of Houston. That's the competition. And
you
their
said
point
what?
guard left them.
Is he for sure leaving?
He's leaving. That's the report.
Like for sure?
The report is he's leaving. He's in the draft card.
Got it. Five-star point guard coming in. We're straight. what I'll say is though, it is a perfect ad. Like truly is. Like I think he's a killer. Also, like what grade is he gonna be a freshman?
I never understand how that stuff works. He's
Okay.
only 18 years old. So like Tom Avicic
Like
came over in his 20s and they made him a sophomore. I think Meyer is a true freshman.
so like he gets the key sophomore year?
Or either that or he's good enough he goes pro. But
Oh, I hate man, I hate seeing Purdue get nice things.
can we dive a little deeper into Meyer stuff? Because we
Yeah.
did the breakdown thinking he was going to be at Purdue. We did a breakdown a couple days ago. You can watch our initial thoughts. Spoiler alert, all of our thoughts have been overwhelmingly positive. Since that first video that we recorded, I can't tell if this is a bit. Why are you off camera?
Just let me have my moment.
Dog. A couple days ago, they had the Nike Hoop Summit, and we had recorded the scout video before the Nike Hoop Summit. And the scout video, based on all of the film and footage that we had seen and the stats and everything, was that this kid is like a complete basketball player, but a deadly scorer with pop, with shooting, with off the dribble bounce, all this pace stuff. He's like a combo guard scorer. And then he went to the Nike Hoop Summit where he played point guard the entire game, didn't even look at the rim, threw a bunch of no look genius passes, threading bounce pass stuff. He was on the ball the entire time he was on the court. It's just a completely different watch that game than all of the footage of him with Maccabi Tel Aviv and with the U18 team. We interrupt this sleepers video to talk directly to you, our loyal listener. Have you ever found yourself watching us two idiots thinking, hey, I wish there was a very easy, small way for me to show a token of my appreciation for all of their hard work on all these videos I love to watch? Well, now we have just the way to do that.
Thanks to the beautiful folks over at Underdog Fantasy. They are helping us out this month, presenting a lot of the content coming out this month, giving you a chance with a amazing offer that you can use using our promo code that Gregory will tell you more about.
Yeah, so college hoop season's over, but we got like big time golf tournaments. The NBA playoffs are coming. Baseball season's underway. There's still a bunch of sports on. There's still a bunch of ways to play with Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SLEEPERS. As a new customer, you can get up to 1,000 bonus credits plus a free pick. It's one of the most fun ways to play. It's a great way to support us. And on some actual like non-ad read stuff, talking genuinely here, really helps us because if Underdog loves us, if we get a lot of people to sign up, they're going to help us continue to bring you the content that you love. Show your support. Join Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. So explain that to me. And I don't want to say, like, are you concerned? Because I don't think either of us are concerned about it. But, like, why was what he did in the Nike Hoop Summit game where he did not score but had 7 assists so different than the film of the guy who averaged 18, 6, and 5 every other step of the way?
I think it's who's around him. I mean, didn't we both come away from that game being like he needed to kind of settle into like this past guy is like Tunde just did whatever he wanted on the wing.
Kind of.
So like I feel like that's more so what it was.
But also, wouldn't you have wanted it to go differently a little bit? Like, are you as Carter Elliott, basketball watcher and fan, okay with a guy who's like an 18, 6, and 5 killer just being like, yeah, I'll just pass today?
No. Actually, maybe on Purdue, that's fine though.
Because Purdue wants the unselfish nature of this.
Yeah, maybe that helps with what they want and what maps with what they have this year.
And let's be real, his fingerprints were all over. Like he was the puppet master in the Hoop Summit game. Like
Well, wait, what was he?
he's the puppet master. He's a
You
control.
realize when you use your fingers, you don't like
Oh, I
what
just
is
use
this?
my hands.
Ah,
Yeah, like all through everything I'm supposed to use a finger for, I use a hand.
that's crazy.
So okay. That leads me to an interesting question though. Is he the perfect fit next to Braden? On the first video, we said yes. He's obviously an awesome basketball player. So I am very much in the camp of like just get awesome basketball players, figure it out later. Matt Painter with Clough, with Meyer, and with the big three is just gonna figure it out. But The guy we watched with all the Maccabi Tel Aviv stuff seems like the perfect fit with Braden. The guy we watched in Hoop Summit seems like, wait a second, what's the plan here? Because is Meyer going to run point when you have the best point guard in the country? Are they going to split possessions and you're going to take some of the load off of Braden? Theoretically, make it easier on him, let him spot shoot a little more. You could sell me that that's good. But also, like, as Braden's biggest fan here, hold on a second. He's on pace to set the all-time NCAA assist record. And you just brought in a savant genius pick and roll passer? I don't love that. I want to see my guy
Oh,
set the record.
no, we got titles to win.
Do you think this is going to affect Braden's ability to potentially set records, though, individually?
Um, no, no, I don't. I still think that Braden's gonna get his. He's gonna have the high assist games. Shit. If anything, I think it'll be fresher having a guy like Meyer who'll be able to take some possessions, handling the ball from him. That'll help him out a little bit.
So you don't think Braden's assist numbers are going to dip? Because his assist numbers actually need to rise incrementally to set the NCAA record.
Do
He
they?
averaged, he averaged 8.7 assists a game last year.
Oh,
He
that's
need,
gonna dip.
so then he's not going to set the record.
No.
And I think he would have set the record if you didn't bring in a point guard.
So, but but so you're saying they shouldn't have brought him in? Like you're
No,
not
I'm not
saying
like I'm just intrigued
this
because
is this,
like
this is devil's advocate here.
no, I'm intrigued. Because I think if anyone involved like really wanted Braden to set the record, you probably wouldn't bring in a guy that needs to be on ball a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But again, I think it's a great development for Purdue. I just also, I'm one of those guys where like whenever you try to pitch me on a great development, taking the ball out of the best players' hands, I get a little iffy. And I do think Meyer is good enough that you probably take the ball out of Braden's hands a little bit in games. But that again, that's only a good thing for this Purdue team. That's why I think they are clearly the best team in the country. Just selfishly, I wanted them to be the best team in the country and also have Braden set all the records. And I wonder if this gets in the way a little bit.
You're getting greedy. You can't have everything.
I am getting greedy.
Stop getting so greedy.
I am getting extremely greedy. Um, multi-year ad, you think? You think he's at Purdue multiple seasons?
I think at least two.
How many seasons?
Two.
And then he goes where?
NBA.
He'll be good enough to go pro as a point guard in the NBA?
I think so, yeah.
What is he, like 6'3", 200?
6'4".
Is he 6'4"?
Is he?
Think he's listed as 6'4". Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Cut my camera off.
Yep. Then that'll work. So we heard a lot about like if they get a backcourt ad, they want it to be a secondary ball handler. This is a huge green check. And they want it to help the perimeter defense. Does this help the perimeter defense?
No, not at all.
Does that matter?
No.
Because the offense is going to be so good, we don't care.
And we have rim protectors now where the perimeter defense won't be as prevalent.
Right. You can still be a little bit exposed on the perimeter, and that's okay.
Can I Michigan State fan myself for a second?
Sure.
This is bullshit.
Dog, this isn't real analysis from you, man.
I
Like,
know,
why?
but like they keep getting away with this.
But like, I don't like that you've positioned this into like you just hate Purdue. I
I
think that
don't, but
sucks.
like, just, I don't know. It's like, who do you hate the most in this world?
Nobody associated with Purdue or Matt Painter.
Yeah, me either. But it's just like, yeah, you're right. I need to chill.
I don't like going doomsday because Purdue's going to be good. Doesn't feel like the move here for me.
That's true. I want the league to be good.
I want Braden to like do great things.
I also want my team to do great things.
This is just you mad Michigan State hasn't done anything.
My team's needs are above anything Purdue needs or their players need.
Yeah. Okay. Someone in the Michigan State channel yesterday was like, "Damn, all this money being spent from Michigan, all these flights to Germany just to beat us." And I said, respectfully, it's to beat Purdue,
Yeah.
which is crazy because y'all own me right now and Purdue doesn't. But That's the mark next year. Purdue is who this whole thing runs through again.
Facts.
Are we taking credit for that again? Yesterday, you wanted to take credit for this.
I am.
I don't know if you can take credit while also like crying and turning your camera off.
So here's once again, it comes back to this. Who's going to stop me from taking credit?
Me.
How?
I'll boot you.
I just took credit.
Yeah, I'll just boot you.
No.
Yeah, I just booted him. See, that's we can't let that happen. Him just talking like, who's going to stop? I'll stop you. We can stop you. Congrats to Purdue. Congrats to Omer Meyer. Good luck, Cart, getting through. I have to do a full season of this with this whiny man. That's crazy. This is such a good ad. Y'all are going to be nasty.